Hello, my name is Michael Lons, and I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources for the Walled Lake Consolidated School District. It is my honor to recognize all of our retirees for the 2021 school year. Congratulations to everyone on achieving this milestone in your life. As you look back on the school year, you can certainly appreciate the unique shared experiences that you have had with your colleagues. When I look back on this year, my mind often drifts towards the obstacles that we all faced together. But now, I challenge you to look past the obstacles and focus on the amazing work that you accomplished. You adapted, you achieved, and you overcame in a way that no one else before you has ever had to do. Not only did you find success, but you also helped make the people around you successful. You're able to achieve this due to your dedication and your compassion for our children and our community. You should be proud of what you have accomplished, and you have certainly earned the right to take your final bow as a Walled Lake Consolidated Schools staff member. I wish you the best of luck as you move into this next stage of your life. Congratulations. For the 2021 school year, we have the following data to share with you. 64 retirees who combined have given us a total of 1,461 years of service. For teachers, 26 retirees at 653 years of service. For secretaries, 9 retirees at 233 years of service. Building administration, we have 3 retirees for 80 years of service. Food service, we have 9 retirees for 154 years of service. Maintenance, 1 retiree for 17 years. Paraprofessionals, 12 retirees for 222 years. And unaffiliated staff members, 4 retirees with 102 years of service. What an amazing accomplishment for all of our 64 retirees. Your dedication, your knowledge, and your passion will be missed.
Congratulations and thank you to Judy Avola for her many years of distinguished service to Walled Lake Schools. Judy joined us in 2002 after working for the Plymouth Canton Community School District in community relations, marketing, public, and media relations. Judy has served in all of those roles here, as well as being our FOIA coordinator, liaison to PTSA, bond campaign guru, and so much more. She's been recognized deservedly by the Michigan School Public Relations Association. Judy's been a valued member of my cabinet and has been a passionate advocate for children. We all wish Judy, Rob, and Brinkley a future filled with travel, joy, and peace. And we thank her for giving her incredible passion, her heart, and her soul to Walled Lake Schools. Congratulations.
It's my pleasure to congratulate Chuck Morgan on his retirement from Walled Lake Schools. We worked together for nearly a decade, and I found Chuck to be one of the most generous, supportive, and caring leaders I've worked with. He loved the kids and his staff and always saw the best in people. His commitment to instructional leadership was evident, especially in his final years, as he finished strong, working hard to help the students at Walled Lake Central. Although I can never replicate his energy or his personality, because imitation is the highest form of flattery, I'll end with this. Go Vikings! It's my sincere pleasure to congratulate Michelle Fibke-Lang on her retirement from Walled Lake Schools. I actually met Michelle prior to joining Walled Lake when we did our Ed Specialist degrees together at Oakland University. As a friend, a classmate, and a colleague, you couldn't ask for a better person, who literally spent her full days and nights in the building working for kids and their families. In central office, we were always proud to show off Guest Elementary because of the positive energy of the staff and the inability to identify it as a Title I school with significant challenges. Every single child received the same education, as Michelle's commitment to true equity was a shared vision she developed with her staff. Congratulations, Michelle. It is my pleasure to congratulate Jeff Druno on his well-deserved retirement from Walled Lake Schools. I would describe Jeff as one of the best transformational leaders I've worked with in my career. His ability to respectfully analyze the systems and processes in a building and find avenues to improve them while still honoring the past is a leadership skill that the very best principals are able to pull off. I have witnessed Jeff's professionalism and care for his school communities during the closure of Twin Beach and then his recreation of Dublin Elementary. With emotion swirling around, Jeff was always the steady center and provided guidance and support for students, staff, and parents. I know he has many interests outside of education and wish him all the best in his next stage of his life. Congratulations, Jeff.
Joan Sayre, preschool supervisor, has been with Walled Lake for 28 years. During this time, her talents have helped us develop the wonderful preschool programs that we have today. Through the years, Joan has supported professional development and cultivated the preschool staff. Many have sought Joan's counsel over the years, and she's never failed to help them find just the right solution. Kim Cundiff, Great Start Readiness preschool teacher, has shared, "It's been an honor to work with and for Joan. Time and time again, she's proven to be a tireless leader, always working with her staff to support the district's youngest learners and their families. Joan always made it a priority to spend time in the classrooms, whether she was reading to children at rest time, joining in a small group activity, or chasing them on the playground. The children were drawn to her kind, soft-spoken nature." Joan's input and expertise has also been invaluable as the district has worked to develop the Early Childhood Education Center. Joan has been instrumental in every step of the process. Her philosophies have children and their developmental needs at the heart of our decisions about this new center. Joan's tireless advocacy for early childhood education will be missed, but she has left a lasting imprint on our programs for years to come. Joan, we wish you nothing but happiness and love as you look forward to spending quality time with your family and those that you love. Brian Koval retires this year after having spent almost 23 years in IT with Walled Lake Schools. Brian has supported multiple Walled Lake buildings throughout the years, including providing support to the Outdoor Ed Center and our Educational Services Center building. Brian has supported everything technical, from board members and board meetings to coming over to ESC on weekends at the drop of a hat to check up on things. Brian has always been there to lend a hand and some humor we all needed so often. During the most stressful times, Brian was rock solid with the team. We all knew on Monday mornings there was certainly time for a quick chat about the Detroit Lions, the Red Wings, or his beloved Ferris State Bulldogs. Brian's been more than just our network admin. Brian is a friend to all. He was one of my first interactions when I was hired in Walled Lake, and I know I'm not the only one who will say this, but his wonderful sense of humor, his quick can-do attitude, and his IT knowledge has calmed many who've needed his support. We sure will miss Brian's expertise and his sense of humor, but we know he's going to enjoy this next chapter of adventure, which is destined to involve his wife Deb, who's known so well in the Walled Lake community, and his daughter Carol. Congratulations, Brian, we wish you the best. John Gregg, our K-12 Math and Science Coordinator in the Learning Services Department, is retiring this year after 31 years in education. John started out, like many of us, as a teacher in the classroom, teaching math and science at the secondary level in both public and private schools. The last 16 years of John's career have been spent right here with us in Walled Lake. John's been a pillar of innovation in curriculum. His impact has been not only on math and science instruction, but in other areas too. His participation in leading discussions and decisions in curriculum have led Walled Lake into the 21st century. John's known for being a great listener. His thoughtful perspective has helped shape everyone on the team, including myself, and formed ideas about a more progressive approach to teaching and learning. John's contributions over the years have made all of us better educators. Besides John's passion and dedication to our system, his friendship, his care, and love will be missed. We will miss John's sense of humor to lift us up during our many meetings, his compassion and care for us when the going gets rough, and his optimism to help us keep our positive outlook on the future of education. John, we wish you nothing but the best in retirement as you enjoy time with Jill and the kids. We look forward to keeping in touch with you and hearing about your new adventures. Roberta Hoffman worked for a variety of community ed programs during the years that she was here in Walled Lake. She handled a ton of tasks for the preschool programs. She was the point person for dozens of recreational and enrichment programs, including answering lots of questions from community members, handling registration details, and making sure all of the accounts balanced. In addition, she supported the adult ed programs, handled student and teacher data that was housed in a DOS program that was at best tedious. She answered phone calls from scores of adults seeking information about the ESL programs and patiently made certain that these potential students received the information they needed and knew that they were welcome in the adult classes. She patiently counted and recounted tuition receipts from adult students. Roberta could be counted on to produce reports and financial documents accurate to the last detail. Roberta's retirement life, which began last September, now allows her more time for the most important things in her life. Impressively beautiful hand-knit garments, digital scrapbooks full of her captivating pictures of family and friends, and her lovely grandchildren. Her love for family has been paramount. You'll find Roberta in the stadium bleachers cheering most loudly for the Walled Lake Northern Marching Band. Congratulations, Roberta.
My name is Brad Paddock, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to speak about the career accomplishments of Mr. James Calhoun. Jim Calhoun grew up in the Walled Lake School District, not merely as a student, but also the son of a longtime teacher and very well-respected high school administrator. He knows this community inside and out and feels a deep loyalty to the students and staff of the school district. Jim has the reputation of the guy that remembers the when and why of any significant event throughout the school's history. Jim's service began in the Walled Lake Consolidated Schools in 1986. During his first 9 years, he worked to assist the recreation department. In 1997, Jim took over as the recreation coordinator, and in 2002 became the recreation supervisor. During his role as supervisor, Jim has led the way and created childhood memories for thousands of children enrolled in an impressive array of classes, recreational leagues, aquatic programs, and summer camps. His influence on programming produced hundreds of opportunities for our community to evolve, explore, and simply enjoy. Jim occupied an office at the hub of the Community Education Center for many years and oversaw the anniversary celebration for that historic school building in downtown Walled Lake. Jim had clarity about the priorities in community ed. He believed that these programs enrich students, parents, and the entire community, but always supported the classroom ahead of extracurricular, even though he lived most of his life in the professional world in the extracurricular. Jim is one of a select group that can say they coached high school football at all 3 Walled Lake high schools during his career. It was not uncommon to witness Jim facilitating coaches' clinics, painting field lines on ball fields, and modeling practices that kept children both safe and happily involved in athletic activities. On the popular and sometimes controversial topic of winning and losing, one of my favorite sayings that I heard Jim tell in all of his coaches' meetings and to any parent that would listen was, as a student athlete, if you just take care of your playing abilities during practice and during the game, eventually the scoreboard takes care of itself. In summary, don't worry about the scoreboard when you are learning to participate and grow your skill set as an athlete. Jim, you should be proud to know to this day I pass this phrase along to my kids and any of their teammates that will listen. For over 33 years, Mr. Calhoun has dedicated his career to building the community education program and making a positive difference for our community of kids outside of the classroom. On behalf of the student athletes and the school administrators that you have worked with over the years, congratulations on your retirement, Jim. We wish you and your family all the happiness and joy that comes with your next adventure. Also, I am honored to say a few words about Mrs. Sandy Lim. Sandy has spent over 26 years working in the HR office as a secretary. For over 4,500 school days during those 26 years, she has woken up at 4 a.m. to prepare and fill our substitutes around the district. Sandy single-handedly has kept many school doors open for our students. She is systematic about her processes. She knows our more than 800 teachers. She knows the support staff, and she has supported everyone through medical leave of absences, family situations, and simply life. She cares about the Walled Lake Schools family. Sandy knows the importance of ensuring that there is a teacher in each classroom and a support person in each role to best serve our students. The relationships that Sandy, the subcaller, has built over the years with all Walled Lake staff will have lasting impact on all of us for years to come. For 26 years, Mrs. Lim has dedicated her career to assisting the education of Walled Lake teachers and students. On behalf of the entire HR office and the administrators around the district that you have worked with for over those 26 years, we say congratulations on your retirement, Sandy, and you will be dearly missed. We wish you and your family all the happiness and joy that comes with retirement.
Hi, I'm Barb Leaf, manager of our Student Services Department. I have 2 secretaries in my department that will be retiring this year. First is Patty Sorensen. Patty joined the Student Services Department about 3 years ago. Before coming to Student Services, she was the secretary for many years at Pleasant Lake Elementary. Working in Student Services is a lot different from being in an elementary building. Patty made the adjustment quite well. She learned how the other side operates. She took on the responsibilities of enrollment, handled schools of choice, and transfer applications. She also became the district's McKinney-Vento homeless liaison, which required state certification. All of these tasks require a lot of additional knowledge. Patty was a hard worker who went above and beyond. Best of luck in your new venture. You will be missed. Up next is Nancy Grudzian, who joined the Student Services Department in 2011, just after the district switched to centralized enrollment. Before that, she was a secretary at Clifford Smart Middle School and also community education. She wore many hats in our department, too many to mention. Besides being the enrollment secretary, she was also responsible for maintaining and making necessary updates to our easy registration online enrollment program each year. This past year was particularly challenging, especially since we lost our entire online enrollment program, which needed to be recreated. Nancy stepped up and worked closely with Easy Registration to recreate that program in a timely manner. Nancy was also responsible for submitting various state reports such as Early Childhood, Graduation Alliance, and Section 25. She obtained a wide variety of pupil accounting knowledge over the years, which allowed her to also assist with student count day reporting. Nancy was always willing to go that extra mile when necessary. Their hard work, dedication, knowledge, and experience will be missed. Congratulations on your retirement.
Today, we also honor Central Chemistry teacher Tracy Banjanin. Everything about Tracy is intense and enthusiastic. Her compassion, laughter, intelligence, commitment, loyalty, integrity, perseverance, and grit. Her presence, her advocacy, her commitment to excellence. She is one of a kind. Tracy's colleague, Sandy Gresh, describes her as tough as nails with the kindest heart. Tracy arrived by at least 6 a.m. daily to help students, always tutoring, always working with students. Tracy is the first to offer her home to celebrate a colleague, retirements, get-togethers, and has a hostess heart. Her legacy includes her work for Kirk Pedersen, her edgy AP Chem t-shirts, her courageous fight against cancer, and her notorious Banj laugh. Tracy treasures the camaraderie with staff, and she is thankful for everyone who supported her through 2 very difficult times in her life. As Tracy looks back from a distance, she applauds and admires the efforts of her colleagues to be innovative and tenacious. She hopes that the pandemic changes the narrative of how our country treats education and educators. Tracy currently works as a research technician at the U of M Howard Hughes Medical Institute. She explains that it is a bittersweet experience because they do treat her well, but it certainly isn't as fulfilling as teaching. Beyond the workday, she is enjoying her reading clubs, working out, travel, and golf. Tracy's presence was bigger than life at Central, and she is missed. Congratulations, Tracy. We also celebrate the retirement of Central math teacher Mary Lineweber. Mary raised the level of performance of all of those around her. She is a true professional, intelligent, kind, driven, funny, and open to new ideas. Mary's friendships are what she will remember most about her time at Central. She says that Central's amazing mathematics department made serving as department chair an easy job. Mary states that Laura Griffin will be my friend forever, and my memories of laughing with her at lunch are some of my favorites. Mary is also grateful for her friendships with the Boat League girls and so many other people that she interacted with every day. Mary's BFF, Laura Griffin, recalls she was always a leader in the building. From restructuring the school day to freshman academy to accompanying students and staff on trips abroad to Spain and Costa Rica. Laura shares that on a trip to Spain while shopping, Mary needed to try on a bigger skirt. But in an attempt to use her limited Spanish, she actually told the astonished girl helping us, "too grande," that she was too big, not the skirt. Central math teacher James Malott shares that mutually sharing stories is what I miss most about working with Mary. Having someone to show off my cute photos, also while knowing that she truly loved to see them. I also miss Mary's quick sense of humor, clever and quick. I can't tell you the number of times she said something that had me in stitches. Made me think, why didn't I think of that? Mary's mentee, Taylor Waldorf, says Mary was the best role model I could have asked for. I feel incredibly lucky to have had her as a mentor, department head, and friend. She has been and will be continued to be missed at Central. Mary is currently teaching at University of Detroit Jesuit High School, loving her much shorter commute and smaller class sizes. She says, if I could just take my Central friends with me, it would be the perfect job. Finally, Walled Lake Central celebrates and honors the retirement of Diane Miller, Media Center Specialist. Diane's Walled Lake career touched many along the way, starting at kindergarten, first grade, and second grade, eventually making her way to the Keith Elementary and Central Media Centers. Diane aimed to serve staff and students, and she took pride in making the Media Center available to every classroom, every staff member, every group possible, to show what a great place Central really is. Diane has especially fond memories of Central's special needs program. She was always willing to lend a hand, even though they really needed 12 more hands. Central's athletics has a special place in her heart too. She and her husband made sure Viking athletes received the spotlight even if they were on the sidelines. She also treasures working with the Apple Awards for students. Diane reminds us that we never know how or when, as a staff member, we will touch a student's life. Teaching teammate Jen Hart remembers Diane's smile when she walked into the Media Center. Jen and her staff also remember the Media Center as a welcoming, warm place to learn. Jen says Diane was better than Pinterest when in a pinch for ideas with flowers, decorations, or home decor. She had a passion for the Central students and celebrated their achievements with postings in the Media Center when an article was written. We miss her smile and laughter, and we wish her the best in the next chapter of life. Diane explains that her decision to retire was not easy. However, in her own words, she plans to be visiting her daughter in Georgia, spending time in her garden and enjoying nature, and getting back to the kayak soon. Central has been my family for such a long time, she says. Please stay in touch.
Hi, I'm Greg Diamond, proud principal of Walled Lake Northern, and I'm privileged to speak on behalf of this year's retirees. Jason Pino began working at Northern in the school's second year. Since then, he has taught hundreds of students in the English department. Jason is one of the most respected and liked teachers at Northern. His positive attitude and great work ethic has helped Northern become one of the best high schools in the area. Whenever I needed a laugh or someone to remind me of a funny story, Jason was always someone we could count on. I am not sure he would agree, but Jason's superpower was reaching some of our most challenging students. He has the unique ability to create relationships with these students that continued far after they left Northern. We wish you well, Mr. Pino. Remember, once a night, always a night. Up next is Mr. Lang. Mr. Lang helped open Walled Lake Northern 19 years ago. He was instrumental in creating the sociology program, not only at Northern, but for the district. While at Northern, our sociology classes were always full and filled with students who wanted to take a class with Mr. Lang. One of his most impressive accomplishments was creating a second semester for sociology whose focus was on contemporary issues in our society. A large component of this class was having the students intern at West Wind's convalescence home that opened right next door to Northern. The experience our students had there, working with the residents, caused many of them to seek a career in working with the elderly. We miss you, Mr. Lang. Continue to enjoy your retirement. Our next retiree is Sharon Bolander. She has been a parking lot para, playground para, hallway para in many schools within the Walled Lake district. Every school that she has been at, she made a huge positive impact. Sharon has the ability to create relationships with students as she's ensuring the safety of our school. At Walled Lake Northern, she has been instrumental in making sure students who are just beginning to learn to drive are doing so in a safe and respectful manner in our parking lot. I know she's looking forward to spending more time with her grandchildren, and her grandchildren have already made plans for her to share that time among them. Sharon, you're a wonderful member of the Northern team. We wish you well in your retirement. Next is Christy Watson. Christy Watson has worked in numerous buildings within the district as a secretary. She is currently serving as Walled Lake Northern's accounting secretary and has served in that capacity for many years. Christy has done a tremendous job in ensuring all of our accounts are taken care of. This represents hundreds of thousands of dollars. She is a wonderful person who I've come to call a friend. She is always willing to help us in matters that fall outside her domain. I know she's looking forward to her retirement, where she'll be able to spend some time and drink some good wine. Christy, we will hire someone to fill the position, but no one can replace you. Thank you for your service at Northern. Michelle Payne is our next retiree. She helped open Northern in its first year. She has been the only AP Chem teacher for many years. She has taught hundreds of students, preparing them for careers in the medical field and others. Her dedication to her students and the school is clear and appreciated. Michelle has been a wonderful team player who has supported and mentored many teachers in the chem field throughout the district. I know she is enjoying her retirement, and we do really miss her. Michelle, thank you for your years of teaching and commitment to the students you have taught. Finally, Teresa Merschman. Teresa Merschman has been a para in many buildings throughout our district, but I dare say her home is Walled Lake Northern. Being a hall monitor in such a large high school is not easy. Many times I have seen hall monitors either be everyone's friend or the meanest person who's constantly yelling at the students. Teresa, or what the kids call her, Mama Merschman, has the wonderful ability to make sure our campus is safe and that our kids follow our expectations. But she is so kind and respectful with the students that she has earned the title Mama. We will miss Mama Merschman greatly, but we know she's looking forward to spending more time with her children and her grandchildren. Teresa, you've been a huge part of our community. I'm not sure how we can find someone who can take your place. Enjoy your retirement. You have certainly earned it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Aly Hamka, proud principal at Walled Lake Western High School. Tonight, I'm excited to celebrate our retirees for the 2021 school year. I'll begin with Beth Evidenka. Beth is our school psychologist, and she has been here at Walled Lake School since 1986. Prior to that, she worked with Pontiac Schools for about 6 years and was working in a clinical setting for about 2 years. In her time at Western, she took on many roles, from sitting on school improvement committees and crisis teams to organizing Christmas gift programs to provide gifts and cash for deserving students and families in need. There are many things she enjoyed when in her time at Western. She really enjoyed building long-lasting relationships with students and staff and being on teams and supporting our learning community altogether. The things she probably missed the most is advocating for students and really doing the best she can to serve her needs. But as you can imagine, she's really excited to retire. She does look forward to exercising more, gardening, traveling, and maintaining a healthier lifestyle. Congratulations, Beth. At this time, I'd like to recognize Sherry Dawson. Sherry is retiring as our attendance secretary after 42.825 years of service. She was 19 years old in 1976 when she started her career here at Walled Lake Schools. In fact, she graduated from Walled Lake Western in 1974. Before working at Western, she worked at Walled Lake Middle School, Loon Lake Elementary, and at the consultant's office. Perhaps it was a curriculum office back then, but I'm not sure. In her role, she really enjoyed the students the most. They brought energy and charisma to Western. Additionally, she really liked her summers off. She made a lot of friends and will miss the Warrior family. She looks forward to spending more time with family and staying up late. Our next retiree is Jill Fletcher. Jill will be retiring as a resource room teacher after 18 years of service at Walled Lake Western. Prior to joining us at Western, she was a teacher at the South Line School District and New Boston for 10 years before that. So a total of 31 years, give or take a few months. She has many proud moments, as you can imagine, but her proudest moments are when students she taught in class go on with life, being productive and successful with college degrees, important jobs, and other means to serve our communities. She also enjoys seeing former students in public, while receiving compliments related to Jill believing in them, pushing them, and having trust that they make the best decisions and that they do good things to make themselves and make their families successful. As she moves on, she will miss the daily contact and interaction with students, staff, and parents, especially her one-on-one times with students. She will miss the rapport with her colleagues. She does look forward to relaxing a little more, reading more, and maybe one day, very soon, working with preschoolers. Now I'd like to recognize Ann Gray. Ann was, is, and will always be a social worker. It all started at Wayne State University, where she received her bachelor's and master's in social work. Prior to entering the world of education, she worked in community mental health for about 5 years. Since then, she's worked in Detroit, Dearborn, and Walled Lake for a total of 26 years. She has many great accomplishments and is proud of them. Establishing and working in the SEI program with students is her greatest achievement. She helped run and grow the program to support many students with some of the most significant needs. And she did it well. She did it well by building sustainable, lifelong relationships with students, staff, and families. Many students come back years later to thank her for her commitment to her students and the commitment she made to Walled Lake altogether. Finally, we cannot forget about her passion and commitment to animals, specifically our dog therapy program. Anne believes that animals are therapeutic for humans, and she fulfilled this goal by bringing Dakota into the warrior family. And I got to admit, I love that dog, so it's been a great experience. Anne looks forward to spending more time with family, and she's very grateful for the experiences she's had here in the district. Our last retiree from Walled Lake Western High School is Nancy McFarland. Nancy is retiring as Western's bookkeeper after 22 years of service. Before working at Western, she worked at Wixom Elementary. As a resident of Wixom, she enjoyed watching neighborhood students enter Walled Lake students in kindergarten, and years later walk across the stage with a diploma. In her role, she really enjoyed building relationships with all members of our learning community. Additionally, she really enjoyed watching the marching band parade through the hallways for homecoming. She attended several proms, and she enjoyed being part of the Warriors for Warriors pink out games and ceremonies. Oh yeah, one more thing. She enjoyed the girls' night out, Western women only. She's looking forward to spending more time with family, especially her mother, and she will not miss working in July.
Hello, I am Michelle Calhorn, and I am the proud principal at Sarah Banks Middle School. It is my pleasure to recognize our 5 retirees this year who collectively have dedicated 140 years to the Walled Lake Consolidated School District. Our first retiree, Kevin Reynolds, was hired in 2001 and retired this past fall after 19 years of service. Kevin was a member of the Sarah Banks Encore Department, where he taught our world language courses for 6th and 7th grade, Spanish and French. Kevin engaged students in learning about culture and language using activities and fun. One of my favorite memories of Kevin and his classes is how each December prior to our winter break, Kevin would take his students caroling through the halls. They would sing in the language that they were learning and fill the halls with joy. Outside of school, Kevin has really enjoyed playing bingo, spending time with friends, and traveling. I am sure he is enjoying his time away from the classroom, and we wish him all of the best in his retirement. Our next retiree is Marcia Aravis. Marcia was hired in 1987 as a TC resource room teacher at Walled Lake Central. She joined the Banks team in 2000. Marcia has dedicated 34 years to working with students with IEPs. Her patience, commitment to supporting learners with disabilities, and sense of humor have served her and her students well during her 34-year career. After 34 years working with children, you have a lot of stories to tell. One of Marcia's funniest memories is during her first year at Banks. After working at the high school for many years, she had a young 6th grade student stick his arm through a hole in the computer table that was actually intended for the computer cords. The fire department had to be called, and his arm was safely removed from the table. When Marcia asked the young student why he had done that, his response was simply, "I thought it would fit." This memory brings a smile to her face, and she has so many more to look back on from her career. Marcia is the biggest MSU fan I have ever known. Her classroom is filled with Sparty swag, and there is no doubt that on our MSU versus U of M days at Banks that she will bring her full spirit to the hallways. Retirement will allow Marcia more time to prepare for those MSU tailgates. She is looking forward to spending time with her family and friends, traveling, and not having a 5 a.m. alarm, unless, of course, it's MSU game day. Our next retiree is Kevin Joseph, who began his career in teaching at Oakley Park Elementary School as a student teacher and was then hired into the district full-time in 1995. He taught at Meadow Lake and Meadowbrook Elementaries before moving to Banks in the opening year of 1998. Kevin is an advocate for students, always looking for ways to support student learning, pushing himself toward continuous improvement, and always looking for ways to contribute to the team at Sarah Banks. Kevin has served as department head for the mathematics department, and he has supported his colleagues through his leadership. Kevin has traveled to Washington, D.C. many times over the years and has been instrumental in the success of each of those trips. Kevin's favorite part about his job has been seeing students who struggle in math really start to not only understand the mathematics, but also to begin to enjoy it as well. He is so thankful for the opportunity to work with such terrific people over the years, from his mentors, his colleagues, his administrators, and his students. When asked his favorite memory, he said it is the people and the many, many great times shared with all that he will remember the most. One fun fact about Kevin is that for years he has been the resident fashion critic at Sarah Banks. If you were caught wearing something that didn't quite go well together, was a bit out of style, or just plain not cool, Kevin would be sure to let you know. He did all of this in a fun and lighthearted way, and I know many on staff have fun memories of the time that they were called out by the Banks Fashion Police. I'm not quite sure how good we will look with Kevin gone, but we will do our very best. In retirement, Kevin is taking on a new adventure with his wife. Together, they will work to grow a thriving new medical practice called Bloom Functional Medicine, where she is the physician and he will be the administrator. We wish them both all the best in their next endeavor. Our next retiree is Wendy Turner, who was hired into the district in 1991, but her time in Walled Lake started long before that as a K-12 student herself. Wendy began her teaching career at Walled Lake Junior High, where she was my teacher, moving to Walled Lake Middle School, now Geisler, upon its opening. She then came to Banks in 1998 when it was opened and has been an integral part of this staff ever since. Wendy's passion for students is simply incredible. She has committed so much of her life to doing what is best for students. If you want to keep up with her at the building, you better bring your running shoes, as she is always on the move. She has contributed to the students, the staff, and the families of the Sarah Banks community in so many ways over the years as a teacher, counselor, coach, DC travel guide, department head, mentor, and friend. When asked about her favorite part of her job, she of course said, the kids. She has enjoyed just being a part of their everyday, watching them overcome struggle, celebration, sharing their humor, and having genuine and authentic interaction with the kids has simply been the best. She is so thankful for the many wonderful people with whom she has shared life with these past 30 years and all of the wonderful experiences had together with the kids. Wendy loves the outdoors and is looking forward to spending more time on the trail, spending time with her family, and working on creating her next personal and professional adventures. As a student, employee, and a parent in the district, she has been a loon, a cougar, a Trojan, a Viking, a wave, a bulldog, a warrior coach, as well as a gator, bulldog, and Viking parent. She has certainly left her mark in each place that she has been. For me, having had Wendy as a teacher and then having the chance to work with her here at Banks, I know she has certainly left her mark on me, and for that I am grateful. What a career you have had, Wendy Turner. Thank you for all that you have done for the kids and your colleagues. We wish you the very best. Our final retiree is Mrs. Virginia Don, Principal's Secretary. Virginia began her career in the district as a part-time secretary at Community Ed back in 1990. Next, she served as the receptionist in the attendance office at Walled Lake Central High School. Virginia then opened Meadow Lake Elementary as the principal's secretary, followed by opening Meadowbrook Elementary, and finally helping to open Sarah Banks Middle School in 1998 as the principal's secretary, where she has served ever since. Virginia knows everything there is to know about Sarah Banks Middle School and has played a critical role to the success of each principal. Here at Banks, she has supported Mr. Scott Little, Mr. Mark Hess, Mr. Brad Paddock, and finally me. I am sure that each of them will agree that Virginia was someone who was committed to her work, to the staff, and to supporting the success of the school. One huge part of what Virginia has contributed over the years is her complete planning and coordination of the trips to Washington, D.C. Most schools use a travel company to plan their trips, but not Sarah Banks Middle School, because we have Virginia. She takes on this task, and her attention to detail, planning, and knowledge have been an integral part in the success of the trips. I know Banks will continue to travel to Washington, D.C., but it won't be the same without Virginia handling all of the details behind the scenes. When asked, she said her favorite part of the job has been working with such incredible staff members over the years. She shared that the saying, "We are Banks," will always hold a special place in her heart, as only a Banks staff member would truly understand. In retirement, Virginia is really looking forward to sleeping in, not having to clean off her car in the winter, and doing whatever she wants, whenever she wants. She is also looking forward to taking up golf again. Something else that Virginia is known for is for being the most fun grandma around. If you ever see photos that she shares of her time with the grandkids, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. I think any child would be lucky to spend a weekend at her house. She is full of fun, provides so many activities for her grandkids to enjoy. The best part of retirement is that her weekends will still be filled with fun and adventure with the grandkids, but now she will have the entire work week days to recover. Congratulations on a job well done, Virginia. Your contributions to Sarah Banks have been so appreciated, and you will be missed.
Hello, my name is Seth Tabo, and I'm the very proud principal of Walnut Creek Middle School. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate and honor 3 members of our Creek family who have collectively spent over 65 years in education. I'd first like to honor and congratulate Miss Susan Rode. For nearly a decade, Susie has been instrumental in the daily operations at Walnut Creek as she served as our building secretary. Susie kept our machine running and was part of planning all of our major events at Creek. Susie is an amazing person who showed considerable empathy for both our children and her colleagues during her time at Creek. Susie took great pride in all that she did and always went well above and beyond the call of duty. Even during her retirement, Susie has been back to Creek to lend a helping hand whenever necessary and will forever be a hawk and part of our nest. Thank you, Susie. Next, I would like to congratulate and thank Mr. Scott McIsaac. Mr. McIsaac has done a phenomenal job at Walnut Creek, teaching both social studies and science during his 20 years of service. Mr. McIsaac worked closely with his students and their families, always pushing his students to be their personal best. Mr. McIsaac has always taught his students that even if they had individual challenges, that they can take charge of their learning and be their best selves. Thank you, Mr. McIsaac, for being one of the most positive teachers that I've had the opportunity to work with, and thank you for all that you have done for our students over the years. Lastly, I would like to honor and congratulate Mr. Nick Kamenoff for his 23 years of service. Mr. Kamenoff has spent his career at Walnut Creek and has played a role building Walnut Creek to where it is today from the very beginning. Mr. Kamenoff is the consummate professional. He could be counted on 100% of the time to deliver highly effective instruction, while also mentoring and helping students grow as individuals. Mr. Kamenoff is everything that comes to mind when you think of a great teacher. He will be missed, but we wish him all the best as he enjoys a very well-deserved retirement.
We are honoring Bob Murtha on his retirement this evening. Congratulations, Bob. Bob Murtha is a favorite teacher of many students here at Geisler Middle School. He spent 23 years of his teaching career in the Walled Lake Consolidated School District. Bob retired last summer and has been enjoying his retirement days. At Geisler, Bob was a beloved social studies teacher who loved teaching 7th grade, ancient civilizations, world religions, current events, and of course, for all who knew Bob, cursive writing. Bob embodied what it meant to be a Geisler Wolf. He loved our students, staff, and the entire Geisler community. He loved making personal connections with students, whether in the classroom or as a Washington, D.C. trip chaperone, a cross-country or track coach, or as our religious diversity journey advisor. With the staff, he enjoyed gatherings like Munch with the Bunch, potlucks, and the annual Geisler St. Patrick's Day feast. Bob's even temperament and kindness was a constant for so many of our students and staff. One of Bob's favorite memories of a student was when a former student and graduating senior emailed him to tell him how much he had helped this student during middle school to remain calm, relax, not to make a big deal out of things, how Bob encouraged this young man, and how Bob had made things so much better for him as he moved through his middle school years. Bob's sense of humor is missed at Geisler. He made working at Geisler fun, and he made everyone he worked with feel supported and valued. Bob, the Geisler staff and students miss your jokes and your laugh, your quiet leadership, and your kind heart. We will especially miss the laughs about Bob's technology skills. And we love you and best of luck in your retirement journey. Congratulations to Karen McDonald, who is retiring this year. A beloved teacher, Karen McDonald has been with the Walled Lake Consolidated School District since 1998. After a variety of paraprofessional and substitute teaching assignments in the district, Karen was assigned to Hickory Woods as a 5th grade teacher and then to Walled Lake Middle School, which is now James R. Geisler Middle School, as a science teacher. Karen's love for our middle school students, her interactions with them, was a constant for our students over the years. She will miss the exciting moments with her students, especially 5th grade camp, helping our 6th graders adjust to middle school life, and preparing our 8th graders for high school. Karen said that there is never a dull moment with middle school students, and we all know that. And this is what made teaching this age group so fun. Karen started college and entered the teaching profession in her 30s with 3 children at home and a husband who traveled a lot for his job. She is so proud that she was able to graduate with honors from Eastern Michigan University and begin her career while she raised her family. She is a proud Walled Lake parent and now grandparent. Karen will always treasure how good everyone was to her the year her husband passed away in 2011. Karen especially thanks Sarah Laberdette, Mary LaPratte, Tom Weddle, Ryan Thomas, and her sister-in-law, Linda Hopper, and her daughter-in-law, Ellen McDonald, for their friendship and support. In retirement, Karen is looking forward to traveling and has hopes for a long trip to Australia, New Zealand, and Italy. We have missed Karen this year, as she was a MyPath teacher, and we will miss seeing her in the hallways and in her classroom at Geisler. Karen, we wish you all the best in your retirement adventures, and you will be missed greatly by our community. We love you, Karen. This evening we honor Roger Beck on his retirement from Geisler Middle School. Congratulations, Roger. Roger Beck has been a fixture in our hallways at Geisler Middle School and Walled Lake Central High School for over 20 years. As a hall and locker room monitor, Roger did much more than patrol our hallways. He greeted students at the bus loop each day and wished them a good morning and a good day. He was always willing to help a student or staff member solve a problem. Roger was invested in our school district as a parent, grandparent, and loyal employee. Our staff misses his special way of making people feel comfortable and valued. Roger has a great sense of humor that is missed. Roger, we wish you all the best in your retirement, and we know that you are enjoying your days with your family. Best of luck to you. We love you and miss you.
I want to say congratulations to Linda Hopper on a well-deserved and excellent retirement. Linda had the storybook career of a teacher. I mean, she was department chair, teacher of the year. She taught GED completion. She taught summer school. She was a coach, volleyball coach, and just an amazing math teacher. The math teacher that every kid should have. She was always patient, right there, helping them learn, making sure that they understood, giving them that great feeling about learning, just like you want every teacher to do. Linda, you will be sorely missed by the people here at SMART, but congratulations. Enjoy your retirement. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Lori Miller on an amazing career. Lori was the type of teacher that when a student was frustrated everywhere else, a student had a difficult day, a student had a tough time learning or getting along, Lori's class was the place where they could find love and acceptance and learning. She was patient and kind and helped so many students make it through the day, make it through a class, make it through the year. On behalf of all those students and the entire staff here at SMART, we want to say thank you and congratulations on your retirement and an amazing career.
Hello, my name is Christina Carlin and I'm the proud principal of Commerce Elementary School. I'm honored to recognize Lisa Scherbel, who recently retired in January after 30 years of service and dedication as a speech and language pathologist. Over 22 of those 30 years were spent serving the children of Walled Lake schools. Throughout her career, Lisa displayed patience, creativity, and compassion. She gave a tremendous gift to hundreds of children, the gift of effective communication. She was an advocate for her students and never gave up on them. She sought creative solutions and partnered with her special services colleagues, teachers, and families. Lisa understood that communication was about connection. Without the ability to connect with others, our children may feel frustrated or isolated. But through her work, Lisa was able to help our students connect with others, to let them be heard and to amplify their voices and perspective. Her work wasn't just about teaching our learners to properly articulate a sound. It was about so much more. As she retires, I hope she knows what a priceless gift she gave to so many of our students. Thank you, Lisa, for your service and dedication to our students and for your service to Walled Lake schools. We wish you the very best in this new chapter.
Mrs. Carolyn Ratliff. Carolyn began working at Dublin when her children, Ryan and Derek, were students here many years ago. For 33 years at Dublin, Carolyn has worked diligently as one of our awesome paras, at times being a kindergarten para, but most often as a recess para. We all know that supervising on the playground is one of the toughest, yet one of the most important jobs in our school. Carolyn did an outstanding job and was always there with a smile. She excelled at helping our Dublin students be their very best, both on the playground and in the classroom. Carolyn worked to help our students practice kindness, patience, and friendship while supporting teachers and staff. In her retirement, Carolyn hopes to spend time working in her garden, continuing to grow her own vegetables and tend to her flowers. She enjoys spending time with family and friends and traveling to Florida with her sisters. Carolyn is looking forward to a lot more time to spend with her kids and her grandchildren and making special memories with them. Congratulations, Carolyn. We will miss you and we thank you for your dedication and service these last 33 years. You will always be a Dublin Shamrock.
Hi, I'm Rosalie Johnson, the proud principal of Glengarry Elementary School. I am honored to recognize the hard work and dedication of an outstanding teacher and an outstanding paraprofessional, both who are retiring this year. Miss Jane Weissling has been part of the Walled Lake community for the past 5 years. She was a treasured paraprofessional at Glengarry for 1.5 years in the cross-categorical program. Prior to that, she was a paraprofessional in the cognitively impaired classroom at Meadowbrook for 3.5 years. And before her time in Walled Lake, she served students pre-K through high school for 6 years as a paraprofessional in both the CI and ASD setting. During her time as a paraeducator, Ms. Weissling made a huge impact on students and staff. She knows the value of people and relationships and has a special way of building a positive rapport with everyone she meets. She always took time to really get to know each and every student. She would learn about their interests, families, strengths, and challenges. She would tap into students' strengths and use her incredibly calm and kind spirit to support students through their challenges. Ms. Weissling is extremely emotionally intelligent and would use this gift to tune into exactly how her students were feeling and always supported them in just the right way. Not only was Ms. Weissling an incredible support person for her students, but she also worked extremely hard to assist the classroom teacher and other paraprofessionals. Ms. Weissling always has a smile on her face and approaches each situation with positivity and grace. She is genuinely kind, creative, positive, and compassionate, and always puts people first. Prior to her years in education, Ms. Jane Weissling spent 20 years working in the interior design industry and has now come full circle, recently starting her next chapter working at the Michigan Design Center. Jane, you are greatly missed by students and staff at Glengarry, and we truly thank you for your dedication to your learners. We wish you well in retirement, and though you are already back to work, don't forget to take time to do things that bring you joy and surround yourself with the people that you love.
Hello, I'm Patricia Chin, the principal of Hickory Woods Elementary, and I have the honor of recognizing Mrs. Sandy Ridenour. Sandy has been with the district since 2000 as a member of our transportation team. Each year, we waited to see if Miss Sandy would be a driver on our routes, and then were overjoyed when she chose to come work in our cafeteria in December of 2015. Although there are several great memories of Sandy and her incredible heart, my fondest memory was in the cafe with our second grade students. They were having a hard time pulling it together one Friday afternoon, and Sandy very calmly told them that she needed them to quiet down and she would sing. The room became nearly silent, and Miss Sandy led the kids in a rousing version of On Top of Spaghetti. You've never seen anything like a room full of 100 second graders swaying along to Miss Sandy singing about losing a meatball. Sandy retired earlier this year, and her presence is definitely missed. I know she was looking forward to having more time for herself, prioritizing her health and her home, but she has actually found a new job in caring for her family. Because of her retirement, Sandy's been able to support her sister who is battling cancer and help her dad transition from the home that he built into his next phase in life. To some, these things may feel like a burden, but Sandy is grateful that she has this time to spend with her family, and grateful for the time that she spent with her Walled Lake family. Congratulations, Sandy. We are grateful to you for all that you've done to care for our Hickory Woods family over the years. We wish you well. Enjoy your retirement.
Hello, I'm Dr. Marcy Augenstein, the proud principal of Keith Elementary School, where I'm honored to recognize the hard work and dedication of 2 outstanding teachers and 2 dedicated paraeducators who are retiring this year. First, I would like to recognize Mrs. Pat Withers. Mrs. Withers has been teaching at Keith Elementary School for 42 years. Mrs. Withers began her teaching career as a student teacher at Loon Lake Elementary School. Following her student teaching, she began her first job at Wixom Elementary in a long-term substitute teacher position. She then made her way to another position at Walled Lake Elementary, but was only there for a short while before finding her home at Keith Elementary School, where she's been teaching for the majority of her career. Mrs. Withers has taught kindergarten, first grade, and second grade throughout her career, most recently teaching in second grade. At the time in her career when she moved to teaching to second grade, her own daughter just so happened to be a second grader too. And maybe that's why she was such a tremendous advocate for our students. As a parent herself, she understood the importance of high expectations for learning. All 4 of her children attended Keith Elementary School and continued on in the Walled Lake school system. Mrs. Withers has been known to always support the Walled Lake Consolidated School District as the best district around. While I've only had the pleasure of working with Mrs. Withers during the past 5 years of her career, I have come to learn that she values parent involvement and student success. Her high expectations for her students has been incredible, and she just pulls the best out of all of her students. I believe that Mrs. Withers inspired students and set high expectations for them, so that even when students might not be as motivated to do their best, she energized them to do so through her carefully crafted lessons. I vividly remember entering her classroom one time to learn that there was a secret book fairy who left a new book for children to read. Mrs. Withers always had a way of bringing her lessons to life, and it wasn't uncommon to see fun projects unfolding in her classroom. Each year, she would celebrate her students through putting on classroom programs like the Big Boo Review at Halloween and the Beatrix Potter play and even kindergarten music programs. Mrs. Withers' motivation was always to involve parents and bring them into her classroom as much as possible. She would often invite parents in for portfolio sharing of student writing, allowing parents to review student work at special times. It wasn't uncommon for Mrs. Withers to showcase student work at curriculum night, but throughout the year, her bulletin boards would highlight her student work, bringing out the very best in every student, and it was evident to me that Mrs. Withers would not settle for anything less. Mrs. Withers is beyond humble and kind. She would always show appreciation for her parent involvement and would often rave about the support she received from parents throughout the years. In her early career, she recalled various cooking projects and center projects when she was teaching kindergarten, evolving those to more appropriate projects when she was teaching second grade, like projects in exploration of science or social studies expectations. Although Mrs. Withers has retired, she really has continued her teaching career, just in a new teaching pathway. She's been thankful to help her grandchildren continue learning, especially during this recent pandemic. Mrs. Withers shared that her 4 grandchildren also live in the Keith area and will attend school where her own children attended, and again, where she taught for over 40 years. Mrs. Withers did mention to me recently that her retirement has brought time for gardening, grandchildren, and she always has something going on. So busy enjoying time with family and being able to support her family now in other ways. I am beyond thankful that I have had the privilege of working with Mrs. Withers. I know that she has demonstrated a kindness and caring that has been beyond impressive. When our Walled Lake Northern seniors returned to Keith for senior clap-out a few years ago, she not only remembered her students, but she also shared writing samples that one had written in her class. She still had it. It's evident to me that Mrs. Withers truly believes that everyone can learn, improve, never settle, and never stop learning. I know that Mrs. Withers worked tirelessly and believed that she could always work to improve. An amazing legacy to leave behind all of us in our learning journey together at Keith Elementary School. Her hard work ethic, dedication to student success, and teamwork were an inspiration to all of us, and her voice will certainly be missed here at Keith Elementary School. Mrs. Withers, we wish you the best of luck. Next, I'd like to recognize Mrs. Joni Barber. Mrs. Joni Barber has been a para-educator in special education at Keith for over 26 years. Her kind demeanor and very caring nature has been the perfect approach for our students. Mrs. Barber has a very gentle, loving, and compassionate approach with each student that she works with. She holds them to a high standard, and yet she knows their limitations. She adapts to ensure that every student succeeds. Her colleagues have shared that Mrs. Barber has a positive attitude all of the time. She always has kind things to say about everyone. She's encouraging, realistic, and flexible in her work. She is truly one in a million. Her colleagues have also shared that they will miss her tremendously. Mrs. Bland shared that she has been a true asset to our Dragon community for so many years. Mrs. Barber, once again, is kind, patient, understanding with all of our students. She really takes the time to truly know each student on a personal level. She has such a big heart and is always helping out with anything and everything that needs to be done. She always has a smile on her face and a positive light for every situation. We wish you nothing but the best in your retirement. We love you, Joni, and thank you so much for your years of service to the Keith Dragons. Next, I'd like to share Mrs. Cheryl Case has worked for Keith Elementary School for almost 19 years as a prime-time care employee and supervisor, including summer care, and also has served in our cafeteria as lunchroom supervisor, helping our youngest children open their milk and remind them to eat their lunch, while helping our older children as well. Mrs. Case has always helped our students when they had a need, and if she saw something that wasn't up to our standards and expectations, she would certainly work with our students to address areas of concern. During her time at Keith, she's been known to be our craft queen, helping to ensure fun decorations and activities for our students, oftentimes allowing our students to take home special gifts from Primetime Care. Mrs. Johnson, her longtime coworker, said, "Sherry Case, where do I begin? What a great coworker and friend for all of the years that we've worked together in Primetime Care, Keith Cafeteria, and Summer Care." She will be dearly missed, and we hope, Mrs. Case, that you enjoy your new chapter in life, and don't forget us here at Keith Elementary School. Mrs. Case's leadership in Primetime, Summer Care, and the cafeteria will be missed by students, parents, and staff. I appreciate your kindness and willingness to contribute to our school with signs and more. Thank you for your years of service and dedication to our students, Mrs. Case. Next, I'd like to talk about Mr. John Hester. He also worked at Glengarry Elementary School, so joining me is Principal Rosalie Johnson. Mr. John Hester's journey as an educator started back at Camp Wanna Come Back in Walled Lake, where he served as a camp counselor and later the director. This experience is not only where his desire to teach was born, but also where he met his lovely wife, Chris, who was also a camp counselor. Mr. Hester started teaching in 1989 and joined the Walled Lake family in 1995. For the past 20 years, he's been an exemplary media specialist, teaching at Hickory Woods, Commerce, Dublin, Pleasant Lake, Glengarry, and Keith. Mr. Hester is a wonderful, focused teacher who adds much to the classroom with his presence. Mr. Hester is serious about the type of classroom environment he establishes for his students. We've admired how Mr. Hester works diligently every single day to help our students achieve standards for the 21st century learner. Within our media classes, he's created multiple learning stations using technology, iPads, and specially designed kits to ensure students are thinking about science, technology, engineering, and math. He encourages students to work through problems in innovative ways during small and large group instruction. He also works to build social skills needed for productive academic collaboration within these groups. Mr. Hester is a visionary teacher, working very hard to infuse cutting-edge technology, coding, and so much more into his lessons. Mr. Hester is highly creative, and he goes above and beyond to share his passion for lifelong learning. He's created STEM labs across multiple buildings, chaired school-wide STEAM nights, planned engaging activities for March's Reading Month, brought acclaimed authors to multiple schools, and so much more.
In addition to Mr. Hester's many accomplishments, he is truly an exceptional person. He builds an excellent rapport with all stakeholders and embodies the other people matter mindset. He is a natural leader with impeccable character who has dedicated years to being a department chair, tech teacher leader, presenter at McCall, and more. Mr. Hester has been honored with numerous awards throughout his career, including Golden Apple Awards, Glengarry Teacher of the Year in '97-98, and he was most recently named School Librarian of the Year in 2018 by the Michigan Association for Media and Education. Mr. Hester was so deserving of this special recognition because he is the teacher who is always willing to take on new challenges and help anyone who needs it, in addition to so many more qualities that are simply too numerous to mention. Mr. Hester, do not ever underestimate the importance of your work or forget the power of your influence. Your creativity, zest, kindness, and leadership are contributions to our respective schools and communities that have made a difference to thousands of students, parents, and staff. You will be deeply missed at both Keith and Glengarry, and we wish you the very best in your next chapter.
Hello, my name is Abby Kidder, and I am the principal of Loon Lake Elementary School. I am honored to be here recognizing our two retirees, Mrs. Linda O'Shea and Mrs. Suzanne Taylor. I would first like to speak about Loon Lake kindergarten teacher Linda O'Shea. For 41 years, with 26 of those right here at Loon Lake, Linda has been creating lifelong learners with preschool, kindergarten, and first grade students. She ignites a passion for learning with her students, and she helps them see their potential from an early age. As she once shared with me, her students are her focus, and she works to create an environment where they each feel loved, appreciated, and successful. What I will miss most about Linda is her ability to laugh, even when things are hard. Linda is the first person to say that she and technology do not go hand in hand. So you can imagine her excitement when we transitioned over to virtual learning. I will forever hear her laugh as I talked about a Google Classroom and using Zoom to virtually teach lessons. But Linda was determined to help her students succeed, and she quickly learned how to use those virtual platforms. And she just kept on laughing. Linda, you are a team player, and you are a valued and respected member of the Loon Lake family. I hope this next chapter in your life is as rewarding for you as the current one has been. We know that this isn't goodbye, rather that this is just a see you later. Thank you for being so impactful in the lives of so many. You are truly a gifted educator, and you will be greatly missed. Best of luck to you in your retirement. Next, I would like to honor Mrs. Suzanne Taylor. I met Sue in 2018, and I learned that she filled many roles during her 20-year career with Walled Lake Schools. She has worked as a crossing guard, a recess para, a preschool para, a kindergarten para, and as a special education paraeducator. She has been a staff member at Keith, Dublin, Clifford Smart, Meadowbrook, the Transitions Program, and she spent the last years of her career working at Loon Lake as a one-on-one paraeducator. Sue was well known for being someone that you could count on whenever you needed help. She was an advocate for all students in the classrooms that she worked in, whether they were students who were assigned to work with her or not. She worked side by side with the classroom teachers, always there to support in whatever way it was needed. And she did all of this with a warm, welcoming smile on her face, a smile that none of us will forget. Sue is already knee-deep into her retirement, having retired earlier this school year. She has relocated to North Carolina, where she enjoys beautiful weather and time with her family. Sue, we thank you for your dedication to all of our learners, and we wish you well as you continue to enjoy the new experiences that retirement brings.
On behalf of everyone at Meadowbrook Elementary School, I'm Christopher Peel, and it's my pleasure to congratulate and to recognize two members of our Meadowbrook team who are retiring at the end of this school year. Meadowbrook's first retiree is Kelly Ryder. Kelly has been with Walled Lake Consolidated Schools since 1999, first working as a teacher at Commerce Elementary before coming to Meadowbrook, where she has served third grade families for the last 11 years. Each and every day, we have witnessed Kelly bring her skills, her expertise, her kindness, and her huge heart for kids to our building. She realizes fully how important school is for her students and the difference it can make on their lives now and in the future. We wish Kelly the very best in retirement, as she will now have more time to spend with her amazing daughters and husband, pursuing countless opportunities that will certainly be in her future. Our second retiree is Tomoko Wilt. Tomoko has been with Walled Lake Schools since 2007. She has selflessly served families at Maple Elementary and Meadowbrook Elementary each of these years. As an integral part of the MBE family, Tomoko has helped hundreds and hundreds of non-English speaking students acclimate to American schooling. Each day, you can see Tomoko help students make the often hard and difficult adjustment of coming to a new culture, a new country, and a new school. Tomoko has made each student and his or her family feel at ease and become an integral part of everyday learning. Her lasting impact to families here, in Japan, and across the globe will be forever felt in retirement. Tomoko looks forward most to traveling and to spending time with her two daughters, her husband, and their dog. Congratulations, Kelly and Tomoko. We will miss both of you at Meadowbrook next year. You will always be a part of our Meadowbrook family and fabric, and we look forward to hearing about your next steps and the adventures you pursue.
Hello, I am Kristen Froning, the principal at Oakley Park Elementary, and I am so happy to share a few words about Mrs. Cindy Nazaros, who retired this past September. Cindy was a playground para and an extraordinary one at that. She actually began working with the district 23 years ago in 1997. We were fortunate to have her join the Oakley Park family in 2013. Our owls came to know they could always count on Cindy to be kind and fair and so very patient, whether outdoor or indoor for recess. Cindy cared deeply for our students and was well tuned in to their needs. She was an important part of the team in helping ensure that all students' needs were met here at school. During her years, Cindy worked with several different paras on our playground. She could always be counted on to welcome the new people on board and helping to ensure that they were supported as they learned the ropes here at Oakley. She was truly a great team player. Cindy has been missed this year, but we trust she is enjoying her retirement with her husband and children. Thank you for your service, Cindy. It is my honor to recognize Mrs. Kathy Yetzi as she retires from Walled Lake Consolidated Schools. Kathy has spent 37 years in education. She has taught in New York and Ohio, and for the past 32 years, she has called Walled Lake home. She began working as a permanent substitute in a cognitively impaired classroom at Clifford Smart Middle School. She soon made her way to Oakley Park, where she has been ever since. Kathy has taught every grade with the exception of first. She exemplifies a lifelong learner. Over the years, she has brought so much to the practice of teaching and learning to our school community. Kathy recalls the rush she would feel when researching and implementing new learning under the leadership of Mrs. Sue Motz. Kathy's depth of knowledge and curriculum and best practices has not only benefited her students, but her colleagues. During her tenure, Kathy has served as a literacy coach and a model classroom teacher. Kathy also presented at various conferences, sharing her knowledge and passion for education. Kathy was recognized 2 different years as the Oakley Park Teacher of the Year. Some of Kathy's favorite memories are times at 5th grade camp and team teaching with now retired Walled Lake teacher Ellen Strobel. Kathy is loved and respected by our entire school community, and she will truly be missed, but we wish her well as she retires. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kathy Russell, and I am the proud principal of Wixom Elementary. I am honored to be here to congratulate and recognize Lee Emmett, who is retiring after 33 years of teaching, with 26 of those years in Walled Lake Schools. Lee joined Walled Lake Schools as a music teacher at Oakley Park Elementary and has spent the past 23 years at Wixom Elementary. Over the years, Lee has not only taught our kindergarten through 5th grade students how to sing, dance, and play musical instruments, but she has also put on countless musical performances with our students. Lee has also directed our Wixom Chorus since 2000 and shared with me that one of her proudest moments was her first year at Music in the Park, where her students brought home both the Judges Award for Top Chorus and the Esprit de Corps Award for Best Behavior, Attitude, and Sportsmanship for a chorus. Lee went on to direct our chorus and bring home both of those coveted awards year after year. Lee has been instrumental in sharing her musical talents and love of music with hundreds of Wixom Elementary students. She has inspired many students to continue to pursue their musical interests, and some even to go on to music-related careers. When our Wixom alumni come back to visit the school, they always ask to see Miss Emmett and are eager to share their memories of their time with her in music class and in chorus. Lee has told me that what she will miss most about teaching is her time with the kids. And what we will miss most about Lee is her smile, her passion for music, and her dedication to her students and our school. Congratulations, Lee, and thank you for being a fabulous music teacher. You will be missed at Wixom Elementary.
Good evening. My name is Nicole Moore, and I am the Director of Special Services in Walled Lake Consolidated Schools. Tonight, I have the pleasure of recognizing and congratulating Mrs. Karen Farr. Karen is a wife, mother, and proud grandmother of one, and actually has a new grandchild on the way in the next few days. She has had many diverse experiences in the Walled Lake community. Karen started working with Walled Lake Schools in 1993 at Commerce Elementary as a playground paraprofessional. By September of 1995, she was hired into another position at Commerce as a kindergarten paraprofessional and worked in that position until 2007. From there, she began her journey as a media center paraprofessional at Pleasant Lake Elementary until moving to Walled Lake Northern, where she worked as a media center paraprofessional and registrar secretary in the counseling office at the high school. In 2018, Karen started her current position as building secretary at Twin Sun Early Childhood Center, supporting children, families, and staff in the Special Services Department. Karen, we thank you for all of your love and supporting every child every day for over the last 28 years in Walled Lake. That is quite an accomplishment. Congratulations. We wish you well on your new adventures in Traverse City, and you will be truly missed by everyone in the Special Services Department. Thank you.
Hi, this is Dave Watkins, Maintenance Supervisor. I'd like to recognize and congratulate Randy Savora, who is retiring after 18 years of service to the district, serving as a building engineer to Western High School, Walled Lake Elementary, and Wixom Elementary. The duties of a building engineer are often performed behind the scenes and under high stress conditions. Water and gas leaks, electrical problems, pool maintenance, heating and cooling issues. These are just a few examples of the work that Randy has performed exceedingly well throughout his career. In this type of work, emergencies can occur at any time. And Randy would always try to anticipate a problem and do what he could to proactively address it. For instance, in the dead of winter, after a holiday break, he would come in a day early and make sure that the heating systems were functional so it would not affect school on the first day back. He would also make himself available for after hours and weekend emergencies as well. And I appreciate that very much. Randy is a caring individual with an infectious personality and a warm smile. He's an avid University of Michigan football fan. For many years, he had season tickets. As sad as I am to see him go, I'm extremely happy that Randy could leave on his own terms. And I hope that he will spend his retirement days relaxing and taking it easy and doing whatever he wants to do. Good luck, Randy. It's been a real pleasure to be working with you through these years.
Collectively, we have 129 years of service from our retirees this school year. Everyone will be greatly missed, and I wish the best of luck to each and every one of you. Donna O'Connell has been our food service employee for 8 years. At the time of retirement, Donna was an elementary server at Oakley Park, where she provided amazing love and support to the Oakley Park students, staff, and food service coworkers. Although Donna has retired, she still helps us sub in our department from time to time. Donna is enjoying her time traveling and camping. Enjoy that camper and have fun on your new golf cart. Debbie Palermo has been our food service employee for 20 years. Debbie retired as a Clifford Smart Middle School kitchen manager. She has been married to her husband for over 37 years and has 3 boys and 2 grandchildren. Debbie is looking forward to having more time to watch her grandchildren grow, but not too fast. Liz Musson has been our food service employee for 32 years. She was our kitchen manager at Western High School and our production kitchen. Liz is enjoying her children, Melissa, Sarah, and Brian, and she also has 6 grandchildren, Cameron, Anna, Jacob Gage, Marley, and Brady. Liz always knew how to laugh things off, even during the toughest times and decisions. Keep smiling and don't forget about us. Debbie Cuddington has worked in our kitchen for 24 years. When she retired, she was the main dish at Walled Lake Northern High School. Although she still subs for us occasionally, we still miss her at Northern. She enjoys her daily walks and not having to get up before the sunrise anymore. Debbie has been married to her husband, Denny, and they have 4 children and 3 grandchildren. Amy Schmier has been in our food service department for 18 years. She worked passionately each day to ensure all the students had delicious, warm food to eat. She always greeted students with a smile, laughter, and guidance. Amy works at Kohl's to keep herself busy in between spending time with her husband, Danny, 4 children, and her new grandson. Diane Hessler has worked in our department for 17 years. She has enjoyed the students and had a smile waiting for them. Every time I went into Clifford Smart, Diane was the first one to say hi to me and ask how I was doing. Diane is enjoying her retirement with her family. Barb Hall has worked at Clifford Smart for 8 years. I know it was a tough decision for her to decide if she was going to retire, but she is enjoying her retirement with her family and her friends. Barb loved to have fun with her coworkers and took her job seriously. She was helpful to the students and they appreciated her guidance. Laureen Evans worked in our department for 1 year. Laureen was also a bus driver for many years in our district. Although Laureen worked with us for a short time, she enjoyed learning what our kitchen was all about. She is enjoying her retirement with her children and her grandchildren. Last but not least, Shar Schiller worked at Central High School in our kitchen. Not only did she work in our department, she also teaches our bus drivers and still drives a bus. Shar has been married to her husband Randy for many years. Although Shar worked in our department for a short period of time, she learned our kitchen well. Congratulations to all of you on your well-deserved retirement.
Thank you for viewing this reception on behalf of Walled Lake Consolidated Schools. It has been my pleasure to honor the years of amazing service from all of our staff.